Welcome back. This is John Locke, and today I want to talk about a phenomenon that happens a lot when we're assessing our own sites. And this happens when we experience a rankings drop, and it happens to coincide with either a broad core update, or maybe we read something in the SEO news that there is a big fluctuation or there's a big algorithm change, or just anything that coincides with the rankings drop, and we think that it's something that we did wrong, or we think that, we blame it on the algorithm and we say that the algorithm is, done something to us, or maybe we got penalized. And I think a lot of that language needs to go away, and we need to reframe how we think about SEO in 2019 and 2020. Let me explain. So even in the recent past, we've thought of big Google updates, core updates, algorithm changes as things that targeted something that people were doing bad. Like Panda, Penguin, these types of changes, we've traditionally thought of these as penalties. And I think that language needs to disappear, because the way that Google is doing updates these days is that they are not targeting one specific thing. They're not targeting spam links. They're not targeting private blog networks. They're not targeting, keyword stuffing or things like that have happened in the past. In 2016, which I think it was actually around 3.5 years ago, at this point that I'm recording right now, Google basically told us that they're going to start rolling machine learning into the algorithm. And they said 3.5 years ago that it was actually the third most important factor in ranking your site, besides content on the page and links. And I believe that these broad core updates, when they roll them out, it's putting into the main algorithm all the experiments and the testing that they've done up to that point. Like, I think they're going like every 3 or 4 months, they're rolling these out. And I believe that all the A/B testing, all the variable testing that they're doing with trying to measure what people are happy with, actual user signals, they're rolling those into the core. And it isn't anything that you're necessarily doing wrong, and it's not anything that you're getting penalized for, and it's not something that somebody's going to be able to say that it's this one thing or these one or two things in the algorithm anymore. Something that they said just the other day, I'll try and link up a video that we did about this that was addressing it when they were at PubCon, is they were talking about the main algorithm is actually comprised of many different baby algorithms. And I think they used the phrase, like once they said millions of baby algorithms that address different things. And so I think it's really hard for us to look at one or two aspects and say, well, there's no data on this, nobody's writing about this, what happened? Or you could read 10 different blogs and you'll get 10 different answers, because they are broad updates. Now, here's what I actually believe is happening. And this is just based on my own observations of client sites, of competitor sites, of sites that I manage personally. What I think is actually going on is Google, the RankBrain part of it, the machine learning, is actually gotten to a point where it's sophisticated enough, and it's not super sophisticated, don't get me wrong, but it's sophisticated enough to say, if people are typing in this specific query, then they're looking for this type of task completion. So, for example, if they're typing in, I've used this example before, but if they're typing in cloud computing, they want to know what cloud computing is. They don't want to necessarily order cloud computing. If they type in, some sort of auto repair, they don't want to read a article on how to troubleshoot auto repair. They want to actually hire someone to do auto repair for them. That is the confidence level. So I think each of these intents is being scored with the confidence level. And when Google has a low confidence in one type of task completion or one type of search intent, that's when you see like mixed search results in the top 10. And you might see 2 or 3 or sometimes even 4 types of pages in the top 10, and that's the more broad, generic terms, because you're not giving it enough information. Like if you type in real estate or insurance or something like that, you might want an insurance calculator, or you might want to get a quote on insurance. Or if you type in real estate, you might want to read the Wikipedia page about real estate, or you might want to find a realtor in your area. Those are what I call, they're too broad for Google to say with complete confidence. Everybody who's typing this in wants one type of task completion. So what I'm doing with my own clientele is, when we're faced with these types of things and we look at the audit and we look at what keywords maybe have dropped, I look at the actual search results and try and figure this out, try and backwards engineer what Google is actually trying to do. What task completion, what search intent are they trying to give to the majority of people? What is the highest confidence that they have? And you'll see that sometimes too. Usually the top 3 or 4 results in a mixed results page of different intents. Usually the top 3 or 4 are the ones, those results will be the ones that Google has the highest confidence in. The ones that it is lower confidence in, the task completion or search intent, those will be near the bottom of the page. So this is a great exercise to do, to actually try and see, hey, the majority of people who are typing this in, this is what they want to see. Next step in that is actually looking at those pages and seeing what's on the page, what type of content, what type of functionality, and then also what types of elements or information is on that page. That'll give you a clue of what to put on your page. Because, like we've said before, it's not like a title belt. It's not like a heavyweight belt. Like I ranked at number 10 for this, and then all of a sudden I dropped to page 4. It's not that you did anything wrong. It's that other people have improved their pages, and Google has more clearly defined what people, the majority of people, actually want to see when they're typing in that search query. So if your page has been unchanged in the last year or two, and those other pages are more clearly matching what people are trying to find today, then those pages are going to rise up and yours is going to go down. So any pages that you have that are drawing traffic, you need to be continually evaluating them against what the actual top 10 is, because the search intent can change. I've seen this with at least one of my pages, that at one time it meant one thing. Now, like, more people are trying to see something else. So that means that I have to change that page so to satisfy people that are searching for this one thing instead of this other thing that it used to mean. So that's the biggest things that I want you to take away from this. If you dropped in rankings, it doesn't mean that the algorithm did something wrong. It doesn't mean that you did anything wrong. It doesn't mean that you got a penalty, and I think penalties are very rare as far as that. But I think you need to assess if there's better fit content. I think better fit is a term that we need to embrace within SEO, and really think about how can your page that you're trying to rank for a specific search term, how can it be a better fit when you actually look and see what Google is rewarding. Food for thought. My name's John Locke. My business is Lockdown Design and SEO. I'm here every single day making videos on SEO. Have a question, leave it in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer. That's it for now. I'll be here tomorrow. Until next time, peace.